Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the New York Jets. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First play and a first throw for Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 64 yards on the ground. A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here we go. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Joe Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. 75 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
The Jets at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
That is caught. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
Excellent. 10 at the 42-yard line. Excellent.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Down the sideline he goes. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it. Inside the 10-yard line. So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Rodgers wants to change the look. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
50. Hey, take 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On play action, now Rodgers. He finds Wilson, and they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one good for 37 yards.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
They'll run with Hall. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. To throw is Rodgers.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
On 1, ready?
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
11.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 21-10 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Give to Hall running right. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here we go. They got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On point, ready? 12, 12, 12. Stop.
They'll run on first down. Huff. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Mixon will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. Touchdown! T. Higgins from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. In motion right is Wilson.
Get 300. Get 300. 26. Stay right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. What was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
On 1, ready?
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
11 MT. 11 MT.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here we go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Burrow looking to pass. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now a hit and a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I never return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, #1, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
At the 19-yard line.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
11 Thomas. Dot.
It's Mixon on the counter. 91 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises.
Here we go.
And he's running with terrific ability right now.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Bengals 35, Jets 10. McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Hey, 88.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Rodgers again now. He'll buy some time right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They're going to line up to go for this on fourth down. Rodgers stays on the field.
Back north. Jump out.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Gun. Got. 11.
On first down, Huff. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
11. 11.
They go play action with Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 1.
12.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals 1st down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game.
probably including himself. If this were baseball,
I'm one.
the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Back to Mixon on second down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
11, Thomas.
Burrow on play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 63 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Back to Mixon on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 11.
12.
Up the middle they go. Huff. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Gun.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
12.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day.
Here we go.
No reason to go away from it now.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now it's Mixon running right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Bengals are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. A trick shot on the extra point, but it is good off the left upright. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
I'm 1, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
Burrow will throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Higgins. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken in at the 22. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Second down and a yard.
6:30.
Here's Hall again. There he goes, right side. Breece Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, 61 yards. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here we go, here we go.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Here's Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
11 mighty, 11 mighty. 12.
On 3rd down, Huff, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And take it right on the 30. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
At the 40-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Here's 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
50. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Hey, take 26.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
And he is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Get 300. Get 300.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it's caught. And the Jets are going to be set up with 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Rodgers going to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll look to run with Hall. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And wait a minute, did the Jets get it? They did. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. There was a point in time in this game where we didn't know if they were going to have a shot to make this comeback, but got a man that's caught inside the 10. That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think